Lately, news about devastating wildfires in California have made their way around the world. Earlier this year, Australia also suffered from some horrendous bushfires. Every now and then, cities or entire countries get struck by natural or man-made disasters. It can be hard to estimate the total damage that a disaster has caused. One reason being that many disasters, such as atomic catastrophes, have long-term effects. In this video, we are presenting you with the list of the 10 most expensive disasters that ever happened. These disasters are not only costing the lives of many people, but also cause substantial financial damage. If you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe and push the bell button so that you can see future videos about business related topics. We would love to welcome you to our community. Alright, let's start. Number 10 is the Deepwater Horizon oil spill of 2010. This industrial disaster started in April 2010 in the Gulf of Mexico on the British petrol-operated Macondo prospect, an oil and gas prospect off the coast of Louisiana. It is considered as the largest marine oil spill in history and was estimated to have discharged 4.9 million barrels of oil into the ocean. After several failed efforts to contain the flow, the well was finally declared sealed in September 2010. Due to the months-long spill, extensive damage to marine and wildlife habitats, as well as the fishing and tourism industries was reported. Cost-cutting decisions and an inadequate safety system were blamed for the spill, and BP and the Department of Justice agreed to a record-setting $4.5 billion in fines and other payments. Overall, cleanup costs, charges and penalties have cost the company more than $65 billion. Number 9. The Australian bushfire season of 2019 and 2020. Also called the Black Summer, keep in mind that Australia's summer is during our winter. This bushfire season was a period of unusually intense bushfires in many parts of Australia. Throughout the summer, hundreds of fires were burning, and the major fires peaked from December until January. As of January 2020, NASA estimated that 306 million tons of CO2 had been emitted, and as of March 2020, the fires burned an estimated 18.6 million hectares, or 46 million acres, or 186,000 square kilometers, and killed at least 34 people. Economists estimate that the Australian bushfires may cost over $75 billion in property damage and economic losses, making the bushfires Australia's costliest natural disaster ever. Number 8. Hurricane Sandy. Inflicting nearly $76 billion in damage, it was the second costliest hurricane on records in the United States when it happened in 2012. Sandy was a Category 3 storm and costed the lives of at least 233 people. The hurricane developed from a tropical wave in the Western Caribbean Sea on the 22nd of October in 2012. On the 25th of October, Sandy hit Cuba and later moved through the Bahamas with a maximum speed of around 115 miles per hour or 185 kilometers per hour. It affected 24 states and even came as far up north as Canada. Because of the exceptional damage and deaths caused by the storm in many countries, the name Sandy was later retired by the World Meteorological Organization and will never be used again for a North Atlantic hurricane. Number 7. Hurricane Irma. This extremely powerful Category 5 Cape Verde hurricane caused widespread destruction across its path in September 2017. Particularly in the northeastern Caribbean and the Florida Keys, catastrophic damage was caused. Irma developed from a tropical wave near the Cape Verde Islands in August 2017, and favorable conditions allowed Irma to grow rapidly. On the 6th of September, Irma peaked with winds of 180 miles per hour or 285 kilometers per hour and ultimately dissipated on the 13th of September over Missouri. The name Irma was also retired from the rotating naming list due to the extensive amounts of damage and loss of life caused. The hurricane caused at least 134 deaths and is estimated to have costed a total of $77 billion. Number 6. Hurricane Maria. Another Category 5 hurricane happened in September 2017 and devastated the northeastern Caribbean. Originating from a tropical wave, Maria became a tropical storm on the 16th of September, until it reached Category 5 a few days later. Maria achieved its peak intensity over the eastern Caribbean Sea, with maximum wind speeds of 175 miles per hour or 280 kilometers per hour. Moving slowly to the north, Maria gradually degraded and finally finally dissipated on the 2nd of October. Maria wrought catastrophic devastation to Dominica, which suffered an island-wide communication blackout. Much of the housing stock and infrastructure were left beyond repair. Puerto Rico also suffered catastrophic damage and a major humanitarian crisis. The total death toll is estimated to be 3,059, from which 2,975 were killed in Puerto Rico alone. Total losses from the hurricane are estimated at $92 billion. Number 5 is another hurricane. Hurricane Harvey. This Category 4 hurricane caused catastrophic flooding and is estimated to have inflicted $125 billion in damage in August 2017, primarily from flooding the Houston metropolitan area in southeast Texas. Developed from a tropical wave to the east of the Lesser Antilles, Harvey became a tropical storm on the 17th of August before rapidly intensifying to the status of a hurricane on the 24th of August. In a 4-day period, many areas received more than 40 inches or 1 meter of rain, with peak accumulations of 60 inches or 1.5 meters in Nederland, Texas, making Harvey the wettest tropical cyclone on record in the United States. After drifting, the storm quickly weakened before dissipating. In addition to the huge cost it caused, Harvey costed approximately 107 lives, causing the name Harvey to be retired. It will not be used for another Atlantic tropical cyclone. Number 4. Hurricane Katrina. The most expensive hurricane ever was the large Category 5 Atlantic hurricane, which caused over 1,800 deaths and cost around $150 billion in total. Katrina originated on the 23rd of August in 2005 and made landfall in Hallandale Beach on the 25th of August. The storm then strengthened to a Category 5 hurricane over the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico before weakening to Category 3 over southeast Louisiana and Mississippi. The highest wind speed was measured at 175 miles per hour or 280 kilometers per hour. Flooding affected around 80% of the city of New Orleans and destroyed most of its transportation and communication facilities, leaving tens of thousands of people with little access to food, shelter, or basic necessities. The emergency response from federal, state, and local governments was widely criticized. Because of the large death toll and destruction, the name Katrina was officially retired. Number 3. The 2008 Sichuan Earthquake, also known as the Great Sichuan Earthquake or Wenchuan Earthquake. This earthquake occurred on the 12th of May in 2008 and had a magnitude of 7.9 on the Richter scale. Its epicenter was located 80 kilometers or 50 miles west-northwest of Chengdu and led to surface displacements of several meters. Strong aftershocks continued to hit the area up to several months after the main shock. Over 69,000 people lost their lives in the quake, 374,000 were reported injured and 18,000 were listed as missing as of July 2008. The total damage is estimated at around $176 billion. Number 2 is another earthquake, the Great Hanshin Earthquake of 1995, which occurred on the 17th of January in the southern part of Japan. It measured 6.9 on the moment magnitude scale and costed about 6,400 lives. Among other major cities, Kobe, with its population of 1.5 million, was the closest to the epicenter and was hit by the strongest tremors. The Great Hanshin Earthquake was an inland shallow earthquake which occurred along active tectonic gaps. The south side of the Nojima tectonic plate moved 1.5 meters to the right and 1.2 meters downwards. Damage included nearly 400,000 destroyed buildings, numerous elevated road and rail bridges, and destruction of 120 of the 150 quays in the port of Kobe. The earthquake also triggered around 300 fires, disruption of water, electricity and gas supplies. The aftershocks lasted several days. The total damage is estimated to be around $200 billion. And finally, number 1. The 2011 earthquake and tsunami in northern Japan. On the 11th of March, an undersea earthquake of a 9.0 magnitude struck off the east coast of Japan, triggering a large tsunami across the Pacific Ocean. It was the most powerful earthquake ever recorded in Japan and the fourth most powerful earthquake in the world ever since 1900. The following tsunami reached waves of up to 40.5 meters or 133 feet height and traveled at 700 kilometers per hour or 435 miles per hour. Residents of Sendai were only warned 8 to 10 minutes before, and more than 100 evacuation sites were washed away. According to the latest report from the Japanese National Police Agency, 15,899 people died, 6,157 people were injured, and 2,529 people are still reported missing. Both the earthquake and the tsunami also caused extensive damage to roads and railways, as well as fires and a dam collapse. The tsunami also caused a nuclear meltdown in 3 reactors in the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant complex, which caused an evacuation of over 200,000 residents. Radioactive iodine was detected in the tap water in surrounding areas, and many radioactive hotspots were found outside the evacuation zone, including in Tokyo. In the aftermath, Germany accelerated plans to close its nuclear power reactors and decided to phase out its last nuclear plant by 2022. The World Bank's estimated economic cost was $235 billion, making it the costliest disaster in history. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, please subscribe to our channel so that you can see our next videos about interesting business and money facts. Also, let us know in the comments about any remarks or questions that you may have.